Hello friends, welcome to our channel Knowledge Amplifier. So in my previous video, I have explained you in detail about the mathematical derivation and intuition behind linear regression. This is one of the simplest machine learning algorithm used for supervised machine learning purpose. Okay, right. So here we have got, suppose our equation is y equal to a naught plus a1x, then eventually after many mathematical derivation we got the a1 okay value as this one and a naught value okay we can calculate using this formula, right? Then from this what we have done, we have basically converted these two expression with respect to correlation coefficient and standard deviation, right? And based on that I have shown you the MATLAB implementation of linear regression, simple linear regression of one variable. Then I have shown you this particular video where I have shown you one matrix approach, okay, linear regression in MATLAB using matrix method. What we have done simply, here as you can see we have x1 y1 x2 y2 x3 y3 so on points, and suppose I am assuming my linear regression point is y equal to alpha x plus beta, we will be having multiple equation, okay, if we just put x and y values in this equation, right? Like for first data point x1 y1, the result will be y1 equal to alpha x1 plus beta. For x2 y2 it will be y2 equal to alpha x2 plus beta, and so on. And like that I have created the matrix equation, and then what I have told you, I need to get the value alpha beta. Simply we can take inverse of this matrix and we can get our coefficient value alpha and beta, right? Now the question comes, here I have not shown you that using this the error can be minimized, okay? Now in this video I am going to show you that using this approach, okay, if you express like this matrix method and then take inverse and you get the alpha beta value, for those alpha beta value the error will be minimized. That's what I am going to show you, okay, because this derivation I have not done yet, right? So if you just recall our actual mathematical derivation of linear regression, this is what I have discussed, okay? We started with this particular minimization, okay, where sum of square of residual has to be minimized, and based on that, if my linear regression equation is y equal to a naught plus a1x, we have came up with a1 and a naught formula as this: a1 equal to n summation over I equal to 1 to n xi yi minus of summation over I equal to 1 to n xi summation over I equal to 1 to n yi by n summation over I equal to 1 to n xi square minus of summation over I equal to 1 to n xi whole square, and a naught is basically y bar, that is average of y minus of a1 average of x bar. That's all, right? Now whether we will be getting same expression for a1 and a naught from this particular matrix method, let us check, because if we get same coefficient a naught and a1, or whatever you say, here basically a naught is beta, a1 is alpha, then we can say that this method is also good, right? Because this matrix method, if it gives the same result, that means it is correct, right? So let me go to this derivation now. So this were our set of equation which we have seen in matrix method. The general equation is y equal to a naught plus a1x, and then by substituting the values of x1 y1 x2 y2 up to xn yn, we were getting this set of linear equation. Now what we had done, we had basically converted this to matrix representation, okay, this one. So you can take y equal to mx plus c or y equal to c plus mx, same kind of approach you can follow and will be getting same result. Like here I have shown y equal to mx plus c, but in this derivation purpose I have taken y equal to c plus mx, but anyway you will be getting same result. Just difference is here, if you follow y equal to c plus mx, then the first column will be all ones, but if you follow y equal to mx plus c, then the second column will be all ones. That's not the difference. So we are getting this particular equation. Now to get the coefficient a naught and a1, what we need to do, we need to remove this one, okay? So how we can remove? Just we have to convert somehow this to identity matrix, because identity matrix multiplied by a naught a1 will be a naught a1 only. So how you can convert this particular matrix to identity matrix? Simple, take inverse. But this is rectangular matrix, you cannot take inverse, right? So what we can do, first step is multiply transpose of this matrix in both sides, okay? So see what will happen if you multiply by transpose. So the transpose of this matrix will be first row all ones and second row will be x1 x2 up to xn. Okay, and same transpose we are multiplying in the right hand side also. Okay, now see these two matrix. Okay, this matrix and transpose, when you multiply you will be basically getting one square matrix. And let me just show you that. See how I am getting the coefficients of this square matrix. Simple. What is the dimension of this matrix? 2 rows n columns, so 2 cross n. For this matrix, what is the dimension? N rows 2 columns. Okay, so when you multiply 2 cross n with n cross 2, you should get 2 cross 2 matrix. That's what I am getting here. Now coming to the coefficient values, 1 multiplied by 1, then 1 multiplied by 1, and so on. Here nth term is also 1 multiplied by 1. All this we have to add. So n times, if you add once, you will be getting n only. That's what I have written here. Then 1 multiplied by x1 plus 1 multiplied by x2 plus dot dot 1 multiplied by xn. Okay, so basically what we are doing, you will be getting x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus dot dot up to xn. Okay, which is nothing but like this. In summation form we can write summation over I equal to 1 to n xi. Okay, now coming to the second row, x1 multiplied by 1 plus x2 multiplied by 1 and so on, xn multiplied by 1. So basically if you just add, you will be getting x1 plus x2 dot dot plus xn. That also you can replace like this, which is summation over I equal to 1 to n xi. Okay, then the last coefficient, x1 multiplied by x1, you will be getting x1 square, x2 multiplied by x2, you will be getting x2 square, dot dot xn multiplied by xn, you will be getting xn square. So this time the term is x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square plus x4 square dot dot up to xn square. First square, then take summation, right? So the expression will be summation over I equal to 1 to n xi square. Okay, this square term first we are implementing, then we are taking summation. Okay, and see this right hand side, what we are doing, first do multiplication with first row and this column, 1 multiplied by y1 plus 1 multiplied by y2 plus dot dot 1 multiplied by yn. So first term will be summation over I equal to 1 to n yi. Okay, then the next term will be what, x1 multiplied by y1 plus x2 multiplied by y2 so on xn multiplied by yn. So the next term will be summation over I equal to 1 to n xi yi. So this is what we are getting. Now we have no problem to take inverse because this is square matrix and we can take inverse, right? So coming to the next page, see what we have done. I have taken the same equation as taken earlier, then I am taking inverse of this matrix so that only a0 a1 will be remaining in the left hand side. Okay, so if you take inverse of this matrix, I have just written like this. Okay, same, just here to the power minus 1 I have written to denote that this is inverse of this matrix, and this one I am keeping as it is. Now inverse of 2 cross 2 matrix, very simple. What is that? 1 by determinant of this matrix. What is determinant? N into summation over I equal to 1 to n xi square minus of these two terms multiplication, same term, so it will be minus of summation over I equal to 1 to n xi, that square we are doing. And what we have to do in this side, these two terms will be interchanged as we have done here, and in this term and in this term minus sign will come. Okay, just minus sign I have put. This is what we do matrix inverse for 2 cross 2 matrix, right? And this one I am writing as it is. Okay, then what we are doing in the next term, we are basically doing this multiplication. So what we will be getting, summation over I equal to 1 to n xi square multiplied by summation over I equal to 1 to n yi. That's what we are writing here. Then this term with this term we are multiplying and adding with previous one. Okay, so summation over I equal to 1 to n xi multiplied by summation over I equal to 1 to n xi yi. Okay, that's what we are writing. The minus is coming due to this minus. Okay, then do matrix multiplication for the second row, minus of summation over I equal to 1 to n xi multiplied by summation over I equal to 1 to n yi. That's what I have written here, plus n into summation over I equal to 1 to n xi yi. That's what I have written here, right? So basically now a0 a1, okay, this particular one is basically this matrix. Okay, now the first term is a0, second term is a1, right? So what is a0? A0 is nothing but 1 by n multiplied by I equal to 1 to n xi square minus of summation over I equal to 1 to n xi whole square. That's what I have written, multiplied by this term, first term. Okay, that's what I have written here, summation over I equal to 1 to n xi square multiplied by summation over I equal to 1 to n yi minus of summation over I equal to 1 to n xi multiplied by summation over I equal to 1 to n xi yi. Okay, then a1 term is what? A1 term will be this second term multiplied by 1 by determinant. Okay, just write that, and we are getting this one, that is minus of summation over I equal to 1 to n xi multiplied by summation over I equal to 1 to n yi plus n summation over I equal to 1 to n xi yi by this determinant, right? That is n summation over I equal to 1 to n xi square minus of summation over I equal to 1 to n xi whole square. And if you just rearrange, you take this term first and this term second, you will be getting the a1 value as this one. Okay, what you are getting? A1 equal to n summation over I equal to 1 to n xi yi minus of summation over I equal to 1 to n xi summation over I equal to 1 to n yi by n summation over I equal to 1 to n xi square minus of summation over I equal to 1 to n xi whole square. And see this a1 term and the previously derived a1 term. See, n summation over I equal to 1 to n xi yi minus of summation over I equal to 1 to n xi summation over I equal to 1 to n yi by n summation over I equal to 1 to n xi square minus of summation over I equal to 1 to n xi whole square. Both are same. That means this particular a1 coefficients are matching. Now we need to check whether a0 coefficient with previous derivation also matching or not. If both coefficient matches, then we can conclude that this matrix method, whatever we have followed, that write in terms of matrix notation and take inverse and calculate alpha beta value, that is correct approach, and that is what is going to give us minimum square residual. Okay, this is nothing but matrix method of least square regression, we can conclude, right? So now coming to a0, what was our a0? We have derived with actual derivation, a0 equal to y bar minus of a1 x bar. Let's check whether our a0 value here, whatever we are getting, is matching with that or not. So let's put the a1 value, whatever we are getting, which is both for both which is same for both derivation, in this particular equation of a0. Okay, see, so this is our a0 which we have got using our actual derivation. Now what we will do, we will put a1 in this particular equation and we will check whether we will be getting same a0 as this one or not. If we are getting same, that means a0 a1 both match and our this matrix approach is correct, right? So now put the a1 value whatever we have derived, okay, and keep the rest of the term as it is. Now just what you can do, you take LCM, okay, with this particular term and you will be getting this term. Okay, let me just tell you once. So see here, n summation over I equal to 1 to n xi square multiplied by I equal to 1 to n yi, that is this term. Okay, then minus of summation over I equal to 1 to n xi whole square multiplied by summation over I equal to 1 to n yi, that is basically this term. Okay, right? And then here this term we will be multiplying with this. Okay, so minus of summation over I equal to 1 to n xi multiplied by n summation over I equal to 1 to n xi yi. That's what I have written here. And this term will be here minus, it will become plus, and it will be plus summation over I equal to 1 to n xi multiplied by summation over I equal to 1 to n xi multiplied by summation over I equal to 1 to n xi. This summation over I equal to 1 to n xi multiplied by this summation over I equal to 1 to n xi will be summation over I equal to 1 to n xi whole square. That's what I have written here, right? Now you can easily understand that this particular term summation over I equal to 1 to n yi multiplied by summation over I equal to 1 to n xi whole square, and this particular term summation over I equal to 1 to n xi whole square multiplied by summation over I equal to 1 to n yi can cancel each other because minus plus. Okay, and this term and this term will be remaining. That's what I have written here. Okay, see, n summation over I equal to 1 to n yi multiplied by summation over I equal to 1 to n xi square, that is this one, minus of this particular term. Okay, there is n summation over I equal to 1 to n xi summation over I equal to 1 to n xi yi by this particular whole term which I have written here, right? Then what we can do, see here n is present, here n is present, here n is present, we can cancel n and we can get this equation. Okay, right? And so this is our a naught equation, which is summation over I equal to 1 to n xi square multiplied by summation over I equal to 1 to n yi minus of summation over I equal to 1 to n xi multiplied by summation over I equal to 1 to n xi yi by this term. And this term and this term, this one are same only, you can verify. See, this term and this term same. Okay, so the conclusion is, first you are having the data points, you represent in matrix notation, then you take inverse, okay, of this particular matrix with some little modification, because this is rectangular matrix, direct inverse is not possible. So we are first multiplying transpose in both sides and then taking inverse and calculating a0 a1 coefficients. Whatever a0 a1 coefficients we are getting, that is basically matching with our previous derivation. How we have derived that? See, a1 we have directly got same, and we have taken our previous a0 equation and we have replaced a1, and whatever equation we were getting for a0 from previous derivation and this derivation equation, a0 equation, are giving same result. So a0 a1 both matched. So the conclusion is, this particular way is nothing but least square regression matrix representation. Okay, this is how it is working. Okay, it is adjusting such that it is giving a proper coefficient for which our sum of square of residual will become minimized. Okay, and this particular inverse technique, whatever I have shown you here, a slash y transpose, okay, this one is taking inverse such that it will take care of rectangular matrix also. Like here we have seen that this one is rectangular matrix, so obviously we can think that for it the inverse might not exist, right? But MATLAB will internally first take first multiply transpose in both sides and then take inverse. Okay, this is called pseudo inverse, which I will be discussing in detail in multiple linear regression discussion. Okay, right? So in this video, what we have learned, that previously we have implemented this matrix method. It is nothing but least square regression only. Okay, it is nothing but minimizing the sum of square of residual, right? So this is all for my this video. Thank you for watching.